TW3, Chris Miller here for Factor Careers, and I am super excited to be back with you all here tonight and in my new virtual office. And that's the world we live in. Everybody's got to have a virtual office now because, well, quite frankly, we're not allowed to go to our own offices. So I'm kind of liking it, though. I'm kind of digging the vibe. I'm looking around. I got a lot going on in here. This is a neat little virtual world I got happening. So, if you like it, leave a comment. Let me know that you like it. If you don't like it, tell me that too. But if you don't like it, give me some feedback as to why. I take criticism well, but I like to have information so that I can improve. But this is a pretty cool environment. I like it. I don't have all the bugs worked out yet. Some of the things with the screen and all that jazz, I got to work out the nuances, but I'll get there. Well, anyway, I want to talk to you tonight about something super, super cool that I think you're going to get a lot out of. But first, I want to show you this right here. If you take a look up here, this is a snapshot that I took today of one of my bank accounts. And the reason why I did that is it just amazes me of where I am today versus where I was a few years ago. Look, a few years ago, I was dead broke. I didn't have any money. I didn't even have enough money to get into TW3. I had to borrow that from my credit card. I maxed out the rest of my credit card in order to get in at the basic level over here as a sales rep and trainer at TW3. I literally started at the bottom. And then what I did was I used the information that I gathered once I was inside to cultivate some sales. And then as I did that, then I was able to pay my way up, right? And get into the elite membership. And that's where you start really learning. As an elite member here at TW3, that's where the learning really comes in. So if you're not there yet, plan to get there, okay? And you look up here at my account. This is just one account, okay, that I have. And I've got more of these, and it's cool. But I didn't start here, right? A few years ago, I was broke when I met Terry, where I met Gary Green. I was living with no income. I had lost my job. I was fired from my job because of a family issue. My wife of 15 years abandoned my son and I became a single father for the first time of an 11-year-old with no idea what the hell I was doing. I had no income. I had no future. I was stressed to the max. I didn't know what to do. Couldn't even look my own kid in the eye. And that's when I met Gary, and he said, from what you're telling me, all these things that you want to do, what you want to accomplish, I knew I needed to change. I knew what I planned was. I knew I had a game plan, but I didn't know how to execute it. And he said, this is where you want to be. He was right. And I joined TW3, and it changed my life. And I'm going to show you the exact blueprint that I used to get there in the next 15 minutes. Step 1. You need to plan to succeed. If you don't plan to succeed, you are planning not to succeed. You are planning to screw it up. And it's okay to make mistakes, by the way. Okay? I've changed my plan several times because it didn't work out the way I thought it would. I still got up here where I wanted to get. Right up here. I still got there. Okay? Look, Factor Careers, my school, we only made 46 grand last year. That was our first year out. That's not too bad. But that's all we made, 46 grand. Okay? Why? Because my business model sucked. I was chaining myself down. I was limiting my growth. Didn't even realize it. That's how bad I was doing. I didn't even realize it. The way I had set it up was completely bad for scalability. I couldn't scale it. I couldn't grow it. I couldn't move faster because I had pigeonholed myself. Hey, you live and you learn, right? I mean, you make mistakes, you grow from that mistake. You have to plan to succeed. Okay? And then if it doesn't work out, you change your plan, folks. That's the cool thing about living an unchained life. Nobody's there to tell you you can't do something. Nobody's there to say, no, do it my way or else. It's your way. It's my way. I get to make the decisions. I get to make the call. I'm responsible for my successes or my failures. But I don't have failures. Because when I screw up, I revamp it until I get it right. You have to ignore what you've been told. Because throughout your lives, you've been told, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, the other thing. Stop. Don't, stop. Everyone's told you. Your teachers told you, color inside the lines. But I don't want to color inside the lines. I think this is cool. You know what? You were making impressionist art, and you could have been a billionaire out of it, maybe. But they stopped you, and they told you, color inside the lines, or else. And so you did. Your parents, well-meaning, told you don't do this. Don't go after your dreams. Keep your nose to the grindstone. Work hard. Blah, blah, blah. Don't be silly. Go get a real job. Get your head out of the clouds. Does any of this sound familiar? See, you're an entrepreneur. You don't think like they want you to if you're an entrepreneur. The sheep are over here, and they're grazing in a line, in a group, and they're all fighting for the same patch of grass. The entrepreneur walks his happy sheep butt over here and eats where nobody's at. That's the difference. Don't do what you're told. Do what you think is right. Think outside of the box that they put you in. Unchain yourselves from the mentality that they force on you. And understand that you really are worth more. But you got to be learning. You got to be thinking. You got to be strategizing. And you've got to change the game. Just like the little sheep. You walked over here. You got to change the game. Number 4, change it, change it, change it, change it, change it, change it. Okay? Look, when I was over at this pest control company, I didn't know anything about bugs. I knew they were crawly and I don't like them. That's about it. I rose up to be one of the top guys in that company. How did I do that? One simple thing. I changed the game. I went over there and I said to everybody, what's the one part of our business everybody avoids? What is it that nobody likes? Because everybody was doing this, right? All the little sheep are over here doing this. They're all doing the exact same thing every day. They go to appointment, they sell the appointment, or they don't sell the appointment. They go to the next appointment, they sell the appointment, or they don't sell the appointment. Then they said, we don't want to be in new construction because it sucks. It's horrible. New construction is bad. I said, okay. So I got really good at selling new construction. Here's the difference. While they're working over here, scrounging for scraps, onesies and twosies, I'm over here, the only guy doing new construction because they're avoiding it like the plague. I'm over here eating the grass, man. While they're scrounging for scraps, I'm eating well. Not only was I working hard, but I was also working a lot smarter than they were. Because check it out. New construction, they needed everything. They needed lawn maintenance. They needed irrigation maintenance. They needed termite inspections to make sure there's no termites in their new house. They needed pest control to make sure they didn't get bugs in their house. Preventive maintenance, right? That's how I sold it. So they're doing one appointment, maybe making one sale. I'm doing one appointment, I'm making 4. Still, it didn't hurt them a bit to fire me when I had family troubles. And you see, it taught me a lesson. It taught me that I am not free. I am required to do what someone else wants me to do. I didn't want that again. I didn't want to ever live like that again. Anyway, change the game. That's all I'm saying. All right? Number 5, spend money on your business. But don't spend money for things you don't need to spend money for, folks. Okay? Spend money on your business, though, absolutely. Put it in there. Spend the money. And I know it goes against everything you believe in. I know it goes against everything you've ever heard. Remember what I said? Don't do what they tell you. Don't listen to that nonsense. If you're putting money into buying cars, buying houses, taking vacations, doing all these things, right? Is that bringing you a dime? It's not. But if you're taking the money and you're putting it into your company, is that going to grow your business? And doesn't growing your business equal cash in your pocket? This is how you multiply the money you own. This is how you multiply. This is how you get up here. Okay? So let's just say 40% went to the government, 40% goes into the business. That leaves you 20% to live on. You don't have to live like King Midas, folks. I still live in the same house that I bought with my wife when I had no money. It's a tiny little place. I don't look like, but I'm not a rich guy. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm living free. I'm living free. Nobody can tell me what I'm worth. Nobody can tell me what I'm allowed to make. Nobody can tell me when or how or what I have to do. I'm 100% free. Are you? That's the question. If you're not, this blueprint's going to get you there. And hey, I'll give you a tip. You don't have to spend your own money. I'm a big proponent of not spending your own money for business, okay? I tell my students all the time, don't spend your own money on this business. Use other people's money. Look, you want to do something? I'm in a $4,000 class right now to teach me something that's going to help propel my business forward. I did not spend $4,000 of this money. I spent $28 of this money to put in an application for a loan that paid for the class that I'm in. The money that I'm going to make from the additional sales that this class will help me get will then come in from someone else. And I will use that to pay off the loan. Has a 90-day same as cash offer on it. So it's not even going to cost me any interest. And instead of spending $4,000 for this information, I will have spent $28 for this information that this dude is charging people $4,000 for. This is how you multiply your money. Don't spend it. But Chris, you're saying, that's exactly the opposite of what you just told me. No, it's not. I said spend your money on your business, but spend it wisely, okay? Spend that 40%. If I'm spending 40% on my business, I got to spend that 40% where it's going to get me the most bang for my buck. Is putting $4,000 into a class the best place for that? No, not if I can get someone else to pay for it for me. So I'll pay the $28 to that, and I'll spend the rest of my 40% in advertising. Or I'll spend the rest of my 40% in revamping things. But if you do that consistently, and you use the final thing, which is never, ever stop. Never, ever stop until you get there. I guarantee you will never fail. I guarantee you will be able to unchain your life, and you will be able to live your dream, and you will be able to do all the wonderful things that you need to do in this world. Because there is somebody out there that needs you. There is somebody out there that needs what you have to offer, and you are doing them a disservice if you're not there to offer it to them. Terry Wilson and Gary Green showed me how to do that. They showed me what I didn't know. But you got to have the heart to take action. I knew I needed the knowledge that I didn't have. Learn all the time. I knew I needed to not do what I was being told, which go get another job. Right? Because all that was going to do is keep me chained. I knew that I needed to make a plan for my success. That was lasting success. That would be there for my family, for my son. I knew that I needed to change the game again and put myself in charge. I knew that I needed to spend my money, so I invested with Gary. And I still invest with Gary and Terry. Every month I pay them $100. That is a tiny, tiny fraction. Look, folks, if you are thinking about getting in TW3 and you haven't done it yet, or if you're not an elite member yet, let me tell you something. You are paying the same money as a sales rep and trainer as you are as an elite rep for your monthly fee. Except you're not getting the benefit. All of this happens at the elite level. Just this happens before that. This is where you need to be. If I hadn't gone up here when I did, I would not have been in that room when the moment came that changed my life. I wouldn't have been in the room if I didn't make the decision to act. Because I need the knowledge. I need to invest in my business. I'm fine with that. Because I know it's going to give me something. And I would not have been in the room, folks, if I didn't make that decision. You got to take the decisions and you got to make them. Plan to succeed. Okay? Don't do as everybody tells you to do. Go your own path. It's okay to do that. I'll give you permission if you need it. More importantly, learn all the time. My dad used to say, if you don't learn something new every day, you shouldn't bother getting out of bed. Okay? Change the game. Shrink your pond. Get a better niche. Make yourself an expert in a small group. Look, there are billions of people in the world. I guarantee you there's enough of them for you, even if you shrink yourself down to nothing. Okay? As far as who you're serving. You're just going to find better quality of the people you want to work with. Then take that and spend money to reach them. Spend money to talk to them. Spend money to give them something. Spend money to do something for them. Spend money on your business. It will return to you. Don't just randomly spend money on stuff that won't return to you. Okay? And then never stop. Ever, ever, ever. Until you get where you want to go. This is my blueprint, folks. It's what took me from zero to this. It's what's going to take me from $46,000 at Factor Careers last year to $500,000 this year. That's my goal. And I've sacrificed 3 months of this year in order to get there. And I'm going to get there. Where before, I was broke. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was worried. And I was dealing with stress. And I was stressed out all the time. Today, I'm free. I've unchained my life. And I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm not a millionaire, folks. But I am on my way to being there one day. I'm just a normal guy like you and me. And everybody else here. I put my pants on one leg at a time. Because 2 is just too hard. I don't have to run before I crawl. And I don't have to run before I walk. But I do need to stay consistent. And I need to stay steady. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm just going to work. And I'm going to plan it as I go. You plan on the fly and you make the change as you need to in order to get where you want to go. That's how it's done. And you can do it too. Stick it out with TW3, folks. I promise you it is worth it. and check out my challenge, unchainedchallenge.com, and learn how you can find the chains in your life. I'm so grateful to be here. Thank you so much to Terry for allowing me to do this training here tonight. And does everybody like the virtual office? Because I'm digging the digs. I'm digging the digs. So, hey, it's been a blast. Everybody, have yourselves a fantastic night. And as always, I'm Chris Miller, reminding you to always keep smiling.